Hi, my name is Justin Harelik and I'm an attorney with Westgate Law. I've personally filed over 3,000 bankruptcy cases and consulted with over 10,000 people in my career. Today I want to talk about debts that you can't get rid of in bankruptcy. The first type is student loan debt. For most people looking at this video, you're probably not going to be able to eliminate your student loan debt. There are exceptions, but it's a very hard standard to qualify to get rid of student loan debt. You're usually better off contacting the lender, if it's a federal government lender, and working out a repayment plan or a forbearance plan or a way of basically paying nothing back rather than trying to eliminate student loan debt in bankruptcy. Typically I say to people that call me about student loan debt is if you qualify to get rid of your student loans in bankruptcy, you probably can't afford the attorney to do it. And that's usually the problem people have, is that the standard's so high that the cost, it would be too hard for you to even be able to qualify to get rid of the debt. The second type of debt are secured debts. Debt secured by a house or a car. Now if you walk away from the house or you walk away from the car, you can get rid of that debt. But if you want to keep the house or you want to keep the car, you got to keep on paying on that debt. That includes a very typical type of debt for secured debt, which are called title loans, where you give the lender the title to your vehicle and you want to keep the vehicle. You have to pay on that debt. When you sign over that title, you're no longer the owner. The lender is. So to get that title back, you have to pay off the debt. The other type of debt is child support. No matter what you do, no matter who you owe it to, no matter if you're certain that you don't owe that debt, if you have child support debt that the government says you owe, you can't wipe that out in bankruptcy. Another type of debt is debt owed to your ex-spouse's divorce attorney. That's very specific, but it's a very common type of debt. If you agreed to pay your ex-spouse's divorce attorney's fees, you cannot wipe out that debt in bankruptcy. Another type of debt is restitution for a criminal act where a felony was committed and the government came down and says that you owe restitution to either the government or to an individual. Those type of debts cannot be wiped out in bankruptcy. Some tax liability is able to be wiped out in bankruptcy, but the vast majority may not be. This is a complicated process that you have to look at each year and determine if you're eligible to wipe out that debt. So you definitely want to work with a professional that has experience with tax debt. The other type of debt, one of the other two major ones, is government fines, like parking tickets or speeding tickets. Those debts cannot be wiped out in bankruptcy. Now if you have your license suspended, you can file bankruptcy, get your license back, but you'll still have to pay on those fines that are tied to that license. So you can actually have your license suspended again if you don't make a repayment plan with the DMV or with the government. And the final type of debt that's very common is from debt arising from a vehicle accident in which you cause bodily harm to a third party and you were intoxicated. So if you were under the influence, you got in a car accident and you hurt someone else, that debt to that individual, whatever the claim is, whatever it's determined that you owe, you can't wipe out that in bankruptcy. Now you can do damage to a pole, you can do damage to a house, you can wipe out that debt. But if you hurt someone and you were under the influence, you would not be able to wipe out that debt in a bankruptcy filing. Give us a call today and we can discuss your options and determine what type of debt you have. Call me personally at 800-891-1995. Again, you'll talk to me today at 800-891-1995.